What can we do here? What can you do as a general manager, Mike? When you're mid-season like this, everybody wants you to just fire the manager. But short of that, what sort of things can you do to tweak this?
Hey, I think my job is to support and to motivate and to allow these guys to get better and improve the product on the field and to play better. We've been stricken by some injuries. Went down. I think we're like 7 and we're playing like 320 balls since our 2, 3, 4, 5 and Matt Adams went down. So we're starting to get a couple of guys back. You see Rendon's starting to really get a little bit more comfortable in the plate. Juan Soto's back. We got Trey. He's rehabbing in the minor league, so he's on the horizon and shouldn't be too far away. And that's going to be a huge impact for us. You're talking about one of the best two-way players in the game. He locks down our defense in the most important position on the infield and kind of the captain of the defense, and also gives you a great offensive performance at the plate. So he's been a huge loss. Let's not forget we've had him for a total of 4 games this season. So
right.
We're excited to get him back and to kind of get whole and to see what transpires after that and see what type of team we really have and to see if we can get a little bit of momentum. I'm not going to insult the intelligence of everybody listening, the fan base and everybody else and say, hey, things are rosy and things are great right now. No, they're not. They're terrible. It's the worst we've played probably since we coming off expansion type of a roster. So we've got a long way to go, man. We've got to play a lot better baseball, and we've got to win games, and we got to get back to learning how to win. We walk in that ballpark every day. I always say, you guys heard me say it a million times. We put a guy on the mound that gives us a chance to win each and every day. Over the last 7 years, we're one of 3 teams that have had a 500 or better record. It's hard to believe, but that's true. We're one of 3 teams since in the last 7 years that have been 500 or better. We averaged 91 or 92 wins over the last 7 seasons and 1 division titles. We expect to win each and every day when we walk in that ballpark. I certainly do. I know the staff does, and I know the players in the clubhouse do. We got to get back to that attitude and that mindset, because when you go in here, you need to expect to win in the big leagues. You can't play not to lose. You can't play tight. You can't play tentative. And this is the big leagues, and I don't care if you're a utility player playing every day. We throw you into roles that you're not comfortable with. Double plays got to be double plays. Cutoff men got to be hit. Base running's got to be clean. You've got to put together good at bats. And until you do that, and until you get that mindset that you expect to win each and every day, you're going to continue to struggle no matter who's on the roster. Now, it helps to have your good players, your all-star caliber players in the lineup. Because that's how we built this team, and we're slowly getting that back into fruition.
Yeah, you kind of answered my next question. I'll just kind of follow up. So last night in the first inning, when Defoe can't make the throw that pulled Parr off the bag, and you guys would have been out of the inning. Obviously, we know what happens after that. Do you chalk that up as just playing tight defensively, trying to press, or do you chalk that up as that's a backup player, a utility player? He's going to make mistakes like that if he's forced to play every day.
But I mean, he's playing. Obviously, he's playing out of. We're expecting him to carry the load of that maybe he's not capable of playing. He's a solid defender at shortstop and at second base. It's a play he's made each and every day. I don't want to focus on one player and one play. There are plenty of plays and players to go around that haven't that we've made a lot of mistakes on the bases. Offensively, we haven't been offensive efficient and that type of thing. We just have to get back into the mindset of how we get back into this mindset of expecting to win each and every game, playing with the intelligence and the attitude that we're a championship caliber organization, and we certainly are in a situation where there's urgency to win games. We do have 122 games left, but I'm certainly not. We're 8 games out, so I'm certainly not going to say that it's early, because it's not early. We got to start playing better. But when I look at the teams we're chasing, in the Phillies and the Braves and the Mets, we're certainly capable of playing with them and beating them. we beat over the last 7 years, we're 82-59 against the Phillies and 84-54 against the Mets. So, we're certainly capable of beating those guys. We've been beating them for 7 years. We hope to continue to beat them when we get a lot of our guys back, and we just have to play with that mindset and that attitude that we're the better team, and we've built something here. The expectations are high. I'm not settling on lowering my expectations. My expectations are still win this division, the National League East, which is a tough division. It's going to be nip and tuck the whole way, and go deep into the playoffs. I think we have the roster when healthy to do so, and I think that we have the personnel to be a really competitive team in the National League. So that's my expectations. That's my thought process, and obviously a lot of things we have to play a lot better baseball than we are right now to achieve that.
Joined by Mike Rizzo, Nats GM, as we go in the clubhouse, President of Baseball Ops. Just an update. What's going on with Trevor Rosenthal? I guess he's at Double-A now. How's he pitching?
Mm-hmm. He threw an inning last night. His velocity was up. He got through his inning, and he walked 2, I think, struck out 2, and didn't give up a run. He's starting to improve his mechanics. That's his second outing there. We've got a plan in place for him to go multiple innings, then some back-to-backs, and see if we can get him on track to help us in the big leagues soon.
What about this crazy stat that you guys are like 1-12 in series openers? What do you make of that?
It's I don't know what to make of it yet. We're doing some analysis of it right now. I think that it's first days of series are often the busiest day of the preparation for that series. We do all of our advanced reporting, and we have all of our pitching and hitting meetings and that type of thing. We're looking to streamline, some of those processes and those meeting times and that type of thing, and do something a little different. I just think it's it could be coincidental on who you're facing that day and that type of thing. But we're looking into it and seeing if there's any tweaks that we can make in our preparation that allow us to win that first game of the series. Because if you don't win the first game of the series, obviously it curtails your chances of winning the series, and that's what we're that's our goal, is to we win each and every series.
Hey, Mike, have you personally had a team meet, like a kick in the ass meeting with the players, or do you leave that up to Davey?
That's that's the manager's job. That's the coaching staff's job. I know they had a team meeting just recently in Milwaukee, and I was around, and I did not attend the meeting. Purposely didn't attend the meeting. That's their clubhouse, and that's their sanctum, and they've got to figure it out between themselves. And I'm there for support. I'm always around. They know where to find me. I'm very accessible, and I communicate with the players a lot. But those type of things are best laid for the managers and the coaching staff and the players to kind of figure it out for themselves.
Got it. What's kind of perplexing? I mean, I know you know all the numbers. So I'm just going to throw them out there, but you guys are batting 199 in the that with some of the injuries. But what's kind of perplexing to me is the number of strikeouts as a team. You guys are in the top 3 right now in strikeouts, just not putting the ball in play. I'm guessing you guys are averaging about 10 strikeouts a game. I could be wrong on that number, but why is that? What are you seeing? Is that something that you guys can work on, before a game? What exactly are you seeing on film? And what's the answer to the strike?
Well, I think it's a drastic contrast from where we've been in the last couple of previous seasons. It was a point of emphasis that we made when we put together the roster. We wanted to be a more offensive, efficient team. We needed to do the little things to be more offensive efficient, to score runs without the home runs. So I think that the strikeout number is alarming. It's something that we preach, two-strike approach. We preach that we need to put the ball in play. We need to give ourselves a chance, and we don't have that 40, 45 home run type of guy on the roster. So we have to be more efficient and utilize our at-bats more. We can't count on the 3-run home run and that type of thing. And another part of it, I think, is the the injuries. Whenever we're without our 2, 3, 4, 5 hitters and Matt Adams for an extended period of time. Since Rendon went down April 20th, I think that, like I said, we're 7-15 with a .318 winning percentage with those guys out. So Rendon's back for a handful of days. He looks like he's coming around. Soto, I think, is he's back for 2 or 3 games now. I think he's going to start heating up, and we get Trey Turner back, and hopefully down the road Zim and Matt Adams, and we could take take a hard look at what we're at and see if we can get some momentum and start winning games. And I look back at this team and this roster. To me, it's a championship caliber roster when we're healthy and when we're playing well. And we just haven't played well throughout the early portion of the season this year. And we've got to find ways to win until we get all our guys back.
Mike, what's the estimated timeline for Turner's rehab stint in Potomac?
We've got him scheduled. We're going to take a look at him after his game on Thursday, and see where he's at as far as how the finger feels and what he's done. He had 4 good at bats yesterday. He played full 9 innings at shortstop, made several plays in the field, made one really good backhanded play, jump throw type of thing that he's kind of famous for. So he showed that. Because it's the index finger on his right hand, the throwing issue is the last thing to come. So he looked like he had good carry and good velocity on his throws. And if we continue to see that, we're just going to we'll go and reach for him and see if he can help us at the big league level. And major league ready and ready to endure the everydayness of the major league season, because once he gets a bit, he played 162 games last year. A guy who wants to play all the time, and he needs to be hit the ground running when he's back here and be ready to play every day.
Yeah, Alan C. from Fairfax is banking on the cycle tonight with Burke and Herbert Bank. Alan is already taking home a $100 gift card, but if any Washington baseball player hits for the cycle during tonight's game, he'll also take home $100,000, courtesy of Burke and Herbert Bank. Enter for your chance to bank on the cycle during next Wednesday's game.